Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done yesterday, Napoleon Hill declared, not as advice but as a warning. If you're stuck in the soul-numbing rhythm of a 9 to 5 existence, dragging yourself through the week with dead eyes and buried dreams, you're not alone, but you are in danger. Danger of settling. Danger of forgetting your potential. Danger of mistaking survival for purpose. You wake up to an alarm that doesn't excite you, commute to a job that doesn't challenge you, and count hours instead of chasing impact. That's not life. That's a slow death by routine. And worst of all, you've convinced yourself this is normal. But Hill saw it for what it truly is, a mental trap. A prison made of comfort, fear, and false security. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, you're feeding that prison. You're trading your calling for convenience. How many dreams have died under the weight of not now? How many lives have been wasted by waiting for someday? The 9-5 trap doesn't just steal your time, it erodes your spirit, buries your ambition, and convinces you to abandon your own vision. And yet, the truth is blindingly clear. Success isn't reserved for the lucky, it belongs to those who take ownership of their time, thoughts, and choices. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You've just been hypnotized into thinking you need permission to start. Hill didn't whisper. He shouted to the world. Become success conscious. Think it. Believe it. Act on it. The chains around you aren't made of steel. They're made of hesitation, fear, and the lies you've been told about what's safe. But there is no safety in stagnation. The real risk is wasting your life doing work you hate, while your true potential dies of neglect. So imagine this. One bold step. One act of rebellion against the ordinary. One moment where you decide to take your power back. What if you stopped clocking into someone else's dream and started building your own? What if today wasn't just another Tuesday, but the turning point of your life? Because that turning point doesn't come with comfort. It comes with decision, with fire, with the refusal to die full of unused potential. So ask yourself, how long will you let the 9-5 trap rob you of the life you were born to live? It's time to break free. And Hill's blueprint is clear. Now let's uncover the exact fears that have been keeping you small and destroy them. First, there's the myth that you need to feel motivated before you act. Hill called this self-sabotage, and it's why your 9-5 routine feels inescapable. You're waiting for inspiration to strike, like a bus that never arrives, while your dreams gather dust in the background. In the 9-5 world, this means scrolling through social media during lunch breaks instead of planning your escape. Hill knew that motivation follows action, not the other way around. Start moving, and the energy will come. It's like being in a comfortable cage. You know you want out, but waiting makes the bars feel stronger every day. Next, indecision paralyzes your progress, as Hill emphasized with his principle of having a definite purpose. How many brilliant ideas have you let fade because you couldn't decide on the first step, keeping you glued to that 9-5 schedule? The world makes room for those who know where they're going, Hill said, yet indecision keeps you staring at spreadsheets instead of building your empire. It's heartbreaking to see potential wasted on jobs that don't fulfill you, all because fear of choosing wrong holds you back. Then there's the fear and uncertainty that loom large, especially when a steady paycheck feels safer than the unknown. Hill taught that every adversity carries the seed of an equivalent advantage, but in the 9-5 trap, that fear keeps you from even trying. You dream of entrepreneurship, but the thought of financial risk makes you hesitate, trapping you in a cycle of what ifs. Now, let's shift to the solution. Take immediate action, because that's where real change begins, as Hill so powerfully advised. Don't wait for the perfect plan, Hill said. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand. For someone in the 9-5 grind, that could mean launching a side gig tonight, no matter how imperfect it feels. Action is the key that unlocks your dreams. Even small steps build momentum and shatter the inertia of your daily routine. Think of it as planting a seed. Your first move might not bloom overnight, but it starts the growth you've been craving. Strengthening decisiveness is crucial. Hill advocated for definite decisions to turn vague hopes into real progress. Decide today to carve out time after work for skill building or networking. It's the bridge from your 9 5 life to something greater. And remember, practice that first step, just as Hill encouraged with his concept of going the extra mile. Don't postpone until the weekend. Research an online course right now and take control of your future. This immediate action will melt away the doubts and propel you forward, away from the trap that's held you back. But how do you overcome the fears that whisper in your ear? Hill believed that facing fear head on through action is the way. In the context of your 9 5 job, that means applying for a new role or starting a project, proving it's not as daunting as it seems. Fear is just a ghost, Hill said, and one bold move can banish it, turning your anxiety into empowerment. Learning from failure is another powerful tool. As Hill viewed it, every setback plants the seed of future success. Think of entrepreneurs who failed multiple times before escaping their own 9 5 traps. Each mistake was a lesson, not an end. Hill himself faced bankruptcy before writing his masterpiece, showing that failure is just a step on the path to freedom. To keep this momentum, build self-discipline, because it's the foundation Hill deemed essential for long-term success. Discipline isn't about fleeting motivation. It's about creating habits that pull you out of the 9 5 rut, like setting boundaries for your time. In your daily life, that means dedicating evenings to personal growth, transforming routine into a launchpad for change. Practice positive habits, such as journaling your goals or networking regularly, to foster the discipline Hill called the mastermind. Start small. Wake up 15 minutes earlier each day to focus on your dreams, and watch how it builds your resolve. Over time, these habits will make the 9 5 trap feel less like a prison and more like a temporary stop. Now, create a clear vision and goals, because as Hill taught, a definite chief aim is what fuels your motivation and direction. Without goals, your 9 5 routine becomes a dead end, but with them, it's just a stepping stone to something better. Hill put it simply, a goal is a dream with a deadline, so visualize life beyond the clock in, clock out grind. Break it down. Define your goal, like starting a freelance business, and turn it into actionable steps, such as researching and executing. A 90-day plan could be your roadmap. Set milestones that make your escape feel achievable and exciting. This clear vision will ignite a fire within you, pulling you out of stagnation and into a world of possibility. To inspire you further, look at real-life examples, like Thomas Edison, a friend of Hill's, who faced countless failures before inventing the light bulb. Edison's persistence turned adversity into breakthroughs, proving that action despite fear leads to freedom from routine jobs. As we wrap up, remember Hill's warning: motivation follows action, so don't let the 9 5 trap hold you back any longer. Take one small step right now. Write down your goal, make that call, or sign up for a course. Your future self will thank you, and the journey begins today. Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done yesterday, as Napoleon Hill so wisely stated in Think and Grow Rich. Picture yourself trapped in that endless 9 5 cycle, staring at the clock, dreaming of something more, but never quite making the move. It's not just laziness. It's a mental prison built on hesitation and fear, keeping you from the success you deserve. Every day, you're clocking in, sipping coffee, and watching your ambitions fade into the background noise of routine. Hill warned that this trap thrives on comfort, where job security feels safer than the uncertainty of chasing your dreams. But deep down, you know that regret builds with every unfulfilled idea, every passion project left untouched. Success comes to those who become success conscious, Hill emphasized, urging you to shift from passive waiting to bold action. In the 9-5 grind, hesitation turns hours into years, stealing your potential one shift at a time. Imagine breaking free, starting that side hustle or pivoting to a career that ignites your soul. Yet, why do so many stay stuck? It's often because we're waiting for motivation to strike, like lightning in a clear sky. Hill called this self-sabotage, a myth that keeps you glued to your desk, scrolling through dreams instead of chasing them. In the 9-5 trap, waiting for the perfect moment means missing opportunities that could change everything. Motivation doesn't lead action. It follows it. As Hill taught, take that first step, and the energy will build. Think of your job as a comfortable cage. You're hesitating at the door, but true freedom lies just beyond. Failure to decide is another barrier Hill highlighted, paralyzing progress and locking you into the mundane routine. He said the world makes room for those who know where they're going, yet indecision keeps you circling the same path. Have you ever had a brilliant idea for a business, only to let it slip away because you couldn't commit to the next move? In the 9-5 world, this indecision breeds stagnation, turning potential into just another forgotten note on your phone. Fear and uncertainty compound it all, whispering doubts about financial risks and what ifs that keep you seated. Hill counted that every adversity carries the seed of an equivalent advantage, turning job fears into launchpads for growth. The steady paycheck might feel secure, but it's a chain holding you back from the entrepreneurial life you crave. Now, let's break free. Take immediate action, as Hill urged, because the time will never be just right. Start where you stand. Launch that side gig tonight, even if it's imperfect, and watch momentum build. Action is the key that unlocks your dreams, turning hesitation into progress one step at a time. Strengthen your decisiveness by making firm choices today. Allocate time outside your 9-5 for skill building and networking. Don't wait for the weekend. Practice taking that first step now, like researching courses to pivot your career. Facing fear head on is next. Hill believed action banishes ghosts, so confront job loss anxieties by applying for new roles. In the 9-5 trap, fear feels overwhelming, but one bold move proves it's not as daunting as it seems. Learning from failure is your ally. Hill saw it as a stepping stone, where every setback plants seeds for success. Many entrepreneurs failed repeatedly before escaping their routines. Use those lessons to fuel your journey. Hill himself faced bankruptcy and rose to write his bestseller, proving that action despite fear leads to breakthroughs. Build self-discipline as the foundation. It's not about motivation, but habits that drive long-term change. In your 9-5 life, discipline means setting boundaries, like dedicating evenings to personal growth and goal setting. Practice positive habits daily, such as journaling your ambitions or networking weekly, to foster the discipline Hill praised. Create a clear vision and goals to guide you. Hill's definite chief aim turns vague dreams into actionable plans. A goal is a dream with a deadline. Define yours, like starting a freelance business, and visualize life beyond the 9-5. Break it into steps. Research, build skills, and execute, turning your routine job into a springboard for success. To inspire you, consider real-life examples. Hill's friend Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Edison's persistence broke him free from any 9-5 rut, showing that action despite failure leads to monumental achievements. Many modern entrepreneurs followed suit, leaving corporate jobs to build empires through decisive, disciplined steps. As you absorb this, remember Hill's core message. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Don't let the 9-5 trap hold you back. It's time to reclaim your power and pursue the life you've always wanted. Take one small step right now. Write down your goal, Make that call, or sign up for a course to start your transformation. Your future self will thank you for breaking the cycle, embracing Hill's wisdom, and stepping into success. Subscribe for more insights on overcoming barriers and building a life of fulfillment. Share your first step in the comments. Let's build a community of action takers escaping the grind together. Remember, the 9 minus 5 trap is just a chapter, not your story. Turn the page today and write your own ending. Hill's principles are timeless. Apply them, and you'll find the strength to soar beyond limitations. No more waiting. Your breakthrough is waiting for you to make the move. Envision the freedom, the excitement, and the success that comes from decisive action. You've got the tools. Now, ignite the fire within and watch your world change. As Hill said, the starting point of all achievement is desire. Let that desire propel you forward. Say goodbye to hesitation and hello to a life of purpose and prosperity. Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done yesterday. Napoleon Hill once declared, and if you're trapped in the 9 minus 5 grind, this warning hits hard. Picture yourself at your desk, the clock ticking mercilessly, as dreams of something greater fade into the monotony of emails and meetings. This is the 9 minus 5 trap Hill warned about, a cycle of hesitation that keeps you stuck, robbing you of the life you deserve. You're not alone. Millions feel the weight of that daily routine, where security feels like a chain holding you back from real success. Hill's teachings from Think and Grow Rich show that waiting for the perfect moment is a fool's game, especially when bills and bosses dictate your every move. That feeling of being stuck isn't just bad luck. It's a mental prison built from fear, routine, and the comfort of a paycheck. Remember, success comes to those who act, not those who wait for motivation to strike like lightning. In your 9 minus 5 world, every delayed decision means another day of unfulfilled potential, another year slipping away. Hill said it best. The world makes room for those who know where they're going. So why are you still hesitating at the starting line? Let's break it down. First, you're waiting for motivation, but Hill called that self-sabotage, a trap that keeps you glued to your chair. Motivation doesn't precede action. It follows it, like a spark that ignites only when you move. In the 9 minus 5 trap, this means scrolling through social media instead of building that side hustle you've always wanted. Imagine trading your commute for creative freedom. It's possible, but only if you stop waiting for the right time. Indecision is another barrier, as Hill pointed out with his principle of definite purpose. Without it, you're just floating in a sea of what ifs. Have you ever had a brilliant idea for a business, only to let it die because you couldn't decide on the first step? That indecision keeps you in the 9 minus 5 rut, missing opportunities that could change everything. Fear and uncertainty compound it all. Fear of failure, fear of financial loss, fear of stepping out of the familiar. Hill taught that every adversity carries the seed of an equivalent advantage, yet in your 9 minus 5 life, that fear often wins. You're not lazy, you're human, but letting fear dictate your choices means staying stuck forever. Now, here's the turning point. Take immediate action, because as Hill said, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand. Maybe it's researching that online course tonight or drafting a business plan on your lunch break. Action builds momentum. It's the key that unlocks the door to your dreams, pulling you out of the 9 minus 5 inertia. Don't aim for perfection. Just move, and watch how motivation follows like a loyal companion. Strengthen your decisiveness. Make firm decisions, like allocating time after work for skill building, as Hill advocated. Your 9 minus 5 job doesn't have to be a life sentence. Decide today to create a path out. Practice that first step, sign up for a webinar, network with like-minded people, or even just write down your goals. Overcoming hesitation starts with facing fear head on, because as Hill believed, action banishes the ghost of doubt. In your 9-5 trap, that might mean applying for a new role or launching a small project, proving to yourself that fear isn't as powerful as you think. Learn from failure. Hill saw it as a stepping stone, not a dead end, turning setbacks into lessons that propel you forward. Think of entrepreneurs who failed multiple times before escaping their own routines. Your failures could be your greatest teachers. Build self-discipline, because as Hill emphasized, it's the foundation of success, not fleeting motivation. In the 9-5 world, discipline means setting boundaries, like dedicating evenings to personal growth instead of Netflix. Practice positive habits. Wake up early, journal your goals, or network weekly to foster the discipline that Hill called essential. These habits turn your 9-5 days into stepping stones, building the resilience to break free. Create a clear vision and goals. Hill's definite chief aim is your roadmap out of stagnation. A goal with a deadline is a dream in motion. Visualize life beyond the 9-5, whether it's starting a business or switching careers. Break it down. Set a 90-day plan with steps like learning new skills or saving for your transition. Your goals fuel motivation, transforming your routine into a launchpad for success. Look at real-life examples, like Hill's friend Thomas Edison, who faced countless failures before inventing the light bulb. Edison's story proves that action despite fear leads to breakthroughs, escaping the trap of ordinary jobs. Many modern entrepreneurs followed suit, leaving their 9-5 roles through persistent effort and Hill's principles. Now, reinforce the core message. Motivation follows action, so don't let the 9-5 trap hold you back another day. You've got the tools. Hill's wisdom is your guide, urging you to act now. Take one small step today. Write down your goal, make that call, or start that course. It's the beginning of your freedom. Remember, your future self will thank you for choosing action over hesitation. If you're feeling the weight of that 9-5 life, know that change is within reach, just as Hill promised. Subscribe for more insights on breaking free, and share your first step in the comments. Let's build a community of doers. The 9-5 trap is powerful, but your potential is greater. Ignite it with decisive action. As you reflect on Hill's warnings, ask yourself, what one thing can I do right now to start my journey? The time is now. Break the cycle, embrace the challenge, and step into the success that's been waiting for you. Have you ever stared at the clock, counting down the minutes until 5 p.m., feeling like your dreams are slipping away with each tick? Napoleon Hill, in his timeless book Think and Grow Rich, called this the ultimate trap, the 9-5 routine that lulls you into complacency, stealing your ambition one day at a time. It's not just about the job. It's the hesitation that keeps you chained, waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. Picture yourself at your desk, scrolling through social media feeds of successful entrepreneurs, wondering why you're not there yet. Hill warned us. Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done yesterday. That quote hits hard because it's the story of so many lives stuck in the grind, where security feels safer than the unknown. But here's the truth. You're not lazy. You're caught in a mental prison built from fear and routine. Every morning, you wake up, commute, and repeat, letting opportunities pass by because taking action seems too risky. Hill's wisdom cuts through the noise. Success comes to those who act, not those who wait for motivation to strike. If you're tired of feeling unfulfilled, it's time to break free from this cycle before regret sets in deeper. Now, let's explore why you don't take that first step as Hill so clearly outlined in his principles. Waiting for motivation is a myth that Hill exposed as self-sabotage, keeping you glued to your office chair. You think, I'll start my side hustle when I feel ready. But that day never comes, and the 9-5 trap tightens its grip. Hill said it best. Motivation follows action, like a spark that ignites only after you strike the match. In your daily routine, This looks like endless excuses. Too tired after work, too busy with emails, too scared to fail. Indecision is another barrier Hill highlighted, paralyzing progress and locking you into the same old 9-5 path. Have you ever had a brilliant idea for a business but let it fade because you couldn't decide on the next move? Hill taught that the world makes way for the man who knows where he is going, yet indecision keeps you wandering in circles. Fear and uncertainty amplify this trap, making the steady paycheck feel like a lifeline, even if it's suffocating your potential. As Hill put it, every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent advantage, but you won't see it if you stay hidden in your comfort zone. The solution starts with immediate action. Don't wait for the stars to align. Make them move. Hill urged, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have. For someone in the 9-5 rut, that means launching that side gig tonight, even if it's imperfect. Action builds momentum, turning hesitation into habit, and small steps lead to massive breakthroughs. Strengthen your decisiveness by making firm choices today. Allocate time outside work for your passions and watch doors open. Practice that first step, as Hill suggested, by going the extra mile. Research a course or network with like-minded people right now. Overcoming hesitation begins by facing fear head-on, because as Hill believed, action banishes the ghosts that haunt you. In the 9-5 world, fear of job loss might feel overwhelming, but taking a step like updating your resume proves it's not as daunting. Learn from failure, as Hill did. He saw it as a stepping stone, not a dead end, turning setbacks into comebacks. Think of entrepreneurs who failed multiple times before escaping their own traps. Each failure was a lesson in disguise. Hill himself faced bankruptcy and rose stronger, proving that action despite fear leads to real freedom. Build self-discipline as your secret weapon, because Hill knew it's the foundation of lasting success. In the 9-5 trap, discipline means setting boundaries, like dedicating evenings to personal growth instead of endless TV. Practice positive habits daily, wake up early, journal your goals, or network weekly to foster the mindset Hill called the mastermind. These habits compound over time, transforming your routine from a prison to a launchpad for your dreams. Create a clear vision and goals to fuel your motivation, as Hill emphasized with his idea of a definite chief aim. Without goals, the 9-5 life drags on aimlessly, but with them, you turn that job into a temporary stepping stone. Hill said, a goal is a dream with a deadline. So define yours today and break it into actionable steps. For example, set a 90-day plan to transition careers. Research, build skills, and execute without delay. Real-life examples show this works. Take Hill's friend Thomas Edison, who faced thousands of failures before inventing the light bulb. Edison's story embodies Hill's principles. Relentless action turned a mundane existence into groundbreaking success. Just like him, you can escape the 9-5 trap by embracing failure as part of the journey. In conclusion, as Hill warned, motivation follows action, not the other way around. Don't let this trap define your life. Take that first step today. Write down your goal, make a call, or start learning. Your future self will thank you for it. Remember, the power to change is in your hands. Break free and build the life you've always wanted. Subscribe for more insights, share your story in the comments, and let's turn hesitation into history. You've got this. Action is your key to unlocking endless possibilities. As we wrap up, reflect on Hill's words. Don't postpone your dreams any longer. The 9-5 trap is just a chapter, not the whole book. Write your next one with bold, decisive strokes. Stay committed, stay disciplined, and watch as your world transforms. Thank you for tuning in. Now, go out there and make it happen. Until next time, remember, success is waiting for you to take the first step. Let's end with this. Your time is now.